Hey everybody, Andy Timmons here. Welcome back to Melodic Muse for Guitar World Magazine. We're going to continue to examine my tune one last time from the Electric Truth record. And today we're looking at the bridge, which is basically the solo section of the tune, little two-chord progression. So we're going to break down how I played it, what the thought process was behind it. So let's break down the solo section now to one last time. And it's still in B flat minor, but luckily we're going to just have two chords to navigate. And it's a basic, I always kind of think of it as Pink Floyd-esque, because it's B flat minor. I guess we can consider it like an A flat over E flat into E flat major. Okay, so that's essentially what I'm going to be playing over, and it's all B flat minor pentatonic. Maybe some of the, but I'm certainly going to address when I get to that E flat major. I'm going to want to address that note G to really give the flavor of that going to that major, whatever you want to call it, 5 chord in the key if we're thinking A flat major. Right? Really nice to hear that flavor as we go by. So we're coming out of a big bend, kind of big Albert King bend. I guess I'd be on the D flat. I'm bending up all the way to the F, and then releasing it. Then a slight bluesy, cracky kind of bend at the end. Not quite up to the D, but and then I just play. Because right then we're on that E flat. And then the next little move, it's probably my favorite part of the solo, because I'm playing down here. I've got the F note on the D string on the 3rd fret. So I'm playing just the 5th and 3rd of that, the B flat minor. But then I bend from the B flat, that 3rd fret of the G string. And if I get just the right finger, get a little bit of a fleshy overtone right there, slapping it a bit, releasing it. That's a whole step bend up to the C, which is a nice tension note. That's the 9. Really wants to go somewhere. That wants to resolve either to the B flat or up to that 3rd. So it's a real pleasant resolution, because I'm bending up to the D flat, the 3rd, releasing at a half step to that C, then down to the B flat. So it's a melody happening in the bend. And there, since I'm down in this position, I've got that A flat to G to give the 3rd of that E flat chord that we're going to. And I might have given the, you can use some finger vibrato. I might have used the tremolo bar a little bit. And then, so I'm dipping the tremolo bar just slightly as I pull off from that A flat. Again, we're not often in the key of B flat minor going to E flat, so it's kind of nice to have that open G be the 3rd of a chord. So I pull off, but while I pull off, I'm dipping into the open G string. Then I play the root, play the E flat, B flat, D flat. So of the E flat, it's the third, root, fifth, and flat seven. I'm just arpeggiating. The simplest notes you could play, but sometimes the most effective, right? So another, got a little whammy happy on this one, it sounds like. But again, it's just a way of, again, making more out of it, because I could have just played the notes, but it just needed the energy. So I finished that phrase, and then I'm just climbing up the B flat minor pentatonic. Now again, I'm going to make use of that tension of the C natural over that B flat minor chord. Just a real pretty sound. I've always liked that sound on a minor. But here, I'm bending from that B flat to C, down to F to A flat. So you can kind of hear, you know, there's points of tension and going places, but finally, just kind of getting back to home, the home tone, that B flat. Right? Could have been. Here I'm bending from that D flat up to an E flat, so it's the fourth, but then just going scalarly back to that root. And then I think I bent probably from the F, yeah. So as I get out of this B flat minor, now we're going to E flat, so guess where I'm headed? I'm going to bend from that F to the A flat. Now I'm just again surrounding that fourth of the third. So bending F up a minor third, releasing it, and then bending back up to just the G. So it's a minor third bend, releasing, then up to a whole step bend. Then I go back down. So again, now I'm thinking back into this position here, but playing the E flat to F. And I'm bending from that F up to the A flat. So it's that minor seventh again. So it goes. And to get a little emphasis, you'll notice a little pick rake, where I'm muting everything leading up to that E flat. Just to give a little energy, again, just to kind of set that note apart in a particular way. And the muting that's happening, it's kind of happening in two places. Now it's happening a little bit in the right hand, the picking hand mute. So I might have the palm of my hand on the strings I'm wanting to just get the rake. But also, it's also happening in the left hand, where my thumb is kind of wrapped around and muting the low string, and even the underside of my the fingers I'm not using for that note. Anyway, all these little things add up, and it's just part of the delivery of these notes. And I'm basically doing an ascending bend. It's the whole step bend, and then on the G string, and then re-articulating the note that I've arrived to on the B string. Originally, I would have gotten this type of thing from Hendrix where he would have bent that note and then held the fretted note that's being bent to in unison. So I'm going from that F, but this time I'm bending the note on the G string a whole step, and then fretting that note on the B. That's right off the B flat minor pentatonic. Those are the target notes, and then you go down to the G string 2 frets above. And that's kind of the big peak of the solo as it goes into the little bridge channel. If you notice that there's a lot of times where, you know, it might make sense to alternate pick something, but sometimes the energy requires it. You know, on that big top note, it's pretty common for me on the treble strings, meaning the E and the B string. Instead of down picking to get the tone, I'll pick underneath. Just get a little bit more meat of the pick and a lot of times some additional harmonic. Anyway, just pointing that out for you.